Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Roselle with iteach. I'm going to give everyone maybe one more minute to trickle in. I know it's just past the hour when we were respectful of your time, so we'll start shortly here in just a couple minutes. As we let just the next group of individuals log in and get settled in, I just want to maybe do some housekeeping for the event. Right now, you are in a webinar. It's a little bit different than a Zoom in that you can only see Tammy and myself, although there are a lot of people listening at this time. Your mics are muted, so we cannot hear you if you talk. Hopefully you can hear me or see me to make sure that you're hearing the presentation. During the presentation, on the right-hand side of your screen, I believe it'd be on your right-hand side, there's a box for questions. And so what we'd like for you to do as Tammy presents, because we can't hear and we can't really do back and forth conversations during the presentation, if you could just drop your questions in that section, just as they come to you and you think about it, ask those. At the very end of this presentation, we will go through just as many questions as possible we can get through. If we can't get through them all, we'll make sure you have our contact information to reach out to either myself or to Tammy to ensure all questions do get answered. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. We'll also use the question feature for individuals who win the Amazon gift cards this evening. We'll ask you to type in your name and preferred email address so we can disseminate those out to you. And so as a reference or just a callback to those Amazon gift cards, we do have 3 gift cards to give out. Each one is worth $250 tonight. So we're going to give out $750 to everyone tonight. We're going to stagger them through the event. So we're going to have one real early, opportunity for you win an early one, and then we'll have one in the middle and the end. And so you'll have an opportunity to win $250 at Amazon. Additionally, we are recording this, and so after the event, you'll automatically get sent a follow-up email from this, and so you can go back and check out the recording if you wanted to rewind or listen to something again. And so I just appreciate you being here this evening. I know myself, my kids are going to bed right now, and I know a lot of people, this is precious time, so we want to make it worth your while and hopefully answer your questions and just tell you about the opportunity as I teach candidates to further your educational career with ACE. Hopefully a lot of y'all know me. My name's Andrew Roselle. I'm the president of iteach, and we have a great partnership with ACE. And so that's how this event came to be, is Tammy and I wanted to present you an opportunity to learn more about the degree and further education offerings that ACE has. And so for the next hour or so, I'm going to be in the background. I'm going to pop on here in a little bit to give away the first Amazon gift card, but I would like to just provide you a warm introduction to my friend and colleague, Tammy Boyer.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Welcome, everybody. As Andrew said, I am Tammy Boyer with the American College of Education. I am a former middle school math teacher and high school administrator. I've been with ACE for over 7 years, and I am currently in the doctoral program. So looking forward to tonight. And so let's keep going and talk about our agenda. So we've got a brief information session for you today. As you can see, we're going to do an introduction, tell you a little bit about who ACE is. We've got some program information, faculty information, next steps to enroll, and then as Andrew mentioned, we've got a time for Q&A. And the biggest thing of all is we're going to be giving away $250 Amazon cards. And so Andrew's going to be jumping on again here real quick to give away our first one. So let's talk about who ACE is. Let me begin by saying ACE stands for American College of Education. And since our founding in 2005, we've made it our mission to deliver 100% online, affordable, high-quality education programs. With experienced faculty, exceptional courses, and accredited degrees, we provide online programs that advance your career, all at an industry low cost. Building on our foundation in education, we've expanded to new disciplines, including business, nursing, and healthcare. And all ACE programs are rooted in forward-thinking, evidence-based instruction, connecting research, theory to practice, and preparing our graduates to serve, lead, and achieve in diverse, evolving communities. So here's some numbers about ACE. We're ranked 3rd in the nation for the most degrees conferred as far as education degrees are concerned, and MEDs. We've got over 70 programs that we offer, from micro-credentials all the way up to EDD programs. We have conferred degrees in all 50 states and approximately 50 countries. Again, that accreditation that you see with colleges that you recognize, ACE comes with that accreditation too. And one thing that we're really proud of is we've got 33,000 alum now. All right, Andrew, here you go. We're going to do our first 250. Andrew's going to pick somebody. As he mentioned, please make sure you put your name in the chat and confirm that that's a good email for yourself. You don't have to leave your email.
Yeah, so this is, I get the easy job, Tammy. I just get to announce winners. So first up, just randomly looking through the attendees lists that are currently on the webinar right now, I found the name of Rebecca Pardue. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that last name right. Rebecca, congratulations, $250. We will email that to you. If you could just, in the question box, just write your name and the best email to send that electronic gift card to. We'll make sure to note it and get that out to you soon. So I'll be looking in the question bank for you to respond and get you that gift card soon.
Excellent, congratulations. All right, so let's move on. We're going to talk about our affordability of quality education now. It's part of our mission, and it's the reason ACE was founded in the first place. We've made a deliberate decision to not accept federal funding, which means that our tuition is based on the real cost of what it takes to create and deliver world-class education. We know that educators deserve a degree program that fits their budget. And as you can see, our master's program comes in at $235 a credit hour, and our doctoral program is sometimes 2/3 less than most colleges, coming in at $306 a credit hour. So all masters come in at under $9,500 total, and our doctoral under $24,000 start to finish. But one of the reasons why you're here tonight is to talk about what your iteach experience can do for you at ACE. So as a completer of iteach and the alternative certification program, you can utilize that experience and bring credits into several programs at ACE. You can transfer up to 12 or receive up to 12 transfer credits for the programs that you've done with iteach, reducing your time and money savings to complete a degree. So you can see some of the breakdown here, and you can also find this information on the iteach website as well as the ACE website that we're going to talk about a little bit later. And for those of you that maybe are on here tonight that have completed the principal's certificate, that also can go towards programs at ACE, our EDD program. So exciting things to offer iteach. Once again, you can bring those credits in, transfer them into a program, and make it more affordable for you to finish a master's degree or even apply them to an EDD. So here's an example of maybe what it might cost you if you come in. We've got some programs that we are allowed to bring your transfer credits into, but for instance, the Master's in Curriculum and Instruction. It's really designed to elevate the professional practices, learning how students learn, and gain a deeper understanding of how to meet the students' needs in the classroom. And as you can see, when you transfer in those credits, up to 12 credits, the total program would only be $6,200. We also have elementary education, STEM education, educational technology, ESL and bilingual education, literacy, and teacher teacher leadership, and 4 different doctoral programs that you can transfer your iteach experience into. Obviously, we have other programs because, as I mentioned, we have over 70 different offerings, but these are specifically what your iteach experience would apply to help you reduce your time and costs to get a degree at ACE. So once again, going back to those 70 different offerings, when you're not ready, if you're not ready to start a program, we have things that are called micro-credentials. They're shorter offerings. It kind of helps you get started in your program. And you can actually stack those and then build towards a certificate that then stackable, all of them can build towards a degree. So if you're not ready to start a degree and you're just kind of curious as to whether an opportunity to do advanced education might be for you, maybe a micro-credential is the way to start. And then we have grant opportunities. I mentioned that we don't accept federal funding, but one of the things that we do, again, is our affordability. And so we partner with almost 3,000 school districts across the United States. And so if you work for one of those partnering school districts, there's a grant that comes with that. And if you don't work for one of those partnering school districts, we've got a great field that will reach out to the right people and try to make that grant happen for you by partnering them. So we, but I wanted to mention, it's always good to check and see if first partner with. And I also have a military support grant. So you can see those 2 types of grants here that really, again, continue to reduce your cost to complete a program at ACE. So when we're looking at payment options, there's a lot of ways to pay. You can pay out of pocket, right? Pay in full or pay course by course. One of the things that I didn't mention when I introduced myself, I said I was a current EDD student. I'm also a former graduate. I went to ACE and got my master's in educational leadership, and I was one of those people that paid course by course. I was ready to get started, and that is just how I paid for it. We've got some finance partners that you can see here, and all of that information is on our website, and that can be based on your credit, but it will help you make payments towards your schooling if you choose to go to school at ACE. And then there's always third-party providers. Mom and dad are always a great one, but sometimes that doesn't work. But feel free to find a third-party financing if that is what's the best choice for you. Okay, Andrew, we're going to have you jump in again. We got another winner.
All right. And Tammy, just to let you know, some of that grant conversation, you're cutting in a little bit right there at the grant. So if anyone has questions about the grant, most of it was clear. I think I heard most of it, but we can circle back on questions if anyone has questions around the grants and district partners. I just want to make note, we will circle back around if you have questions on that specific slide. Next winner for $250 at Amazon is Christopher Scalise. So congratulations, Christopher. If you could, in the question bank, just put your email address, the best email address to send that Amazon gift card out, that would be great. And just a reminder to our previous winner, Rebecca, if you could also type in your email address into the question bank, I'll just make note of it so we make sure we get it to the right email. I haven't seen your email come across yet. So Christopher Scalise and Rebecca Purdue, if you just put your emails in the questions, we'll get that taken care of for you.
All right, so congratulations, Christopher. And apologize for the volume cutting in and out. You know, it's technology, you never know. But again, if you missed something or a breakup, feel free to type it in the chat and we'll circle back around to that. So what are our graduates saying? So ACE takes great pride in having such wonderful graduates and how we have such a high student satisfaction rate. 96% of ACE students report having stronger skills after graduating or taking a class with ACE. We've got a 94% overall satisfaction with learning. And once again, that cost factor, which is a big reason why I initially chose ACE to go to school. We come in almost 60% less than most online and other colleges. You can always learn more about all of what our graduates say on our student right to know page on our website. So let's talk about faculty now. So at ACE, we're not limited geographically. So you have the access to the best and brightest doctoral faculty across the nation, not simply those closest to you. Our faculty have directed community schools, led universities, consulted with global youth programs, pioneered some of the first ever online programs, and are frequent speakers at high-profile industry events and conferences. They come with a diverse background, bringing a wealth of knowledge to the classroom in their time in the education setting. So your ACE journey. One of the things that I hope you've already recognized is ACE is totally 100% online. It means that you can study anytime, anywhere when you have internet connection. You can work on your own time, in your own place, and on your own device. All you need, again, is that internet connection. We offer exceptional online degree programs providing customizable curriculum and provide a tailored approach to fit your needs. Designed with an educator in mind, and one of the things we've yet to mention is that our master's level courses are 5 weeks in length and you take them one at a time. So it really is designed for an educator to work full-time and go to school full-time. You're looking at those classes one at a time, 5 weeks in length, and you're really unpacking that content and applying it back into the classroom. And most importantly too, you can finish in just under 18 months. But for an iteach completer, it's even less than that because we're going to apply your credits. So some upcoming start dates. With that 5-week course kind of schedule that I just mentioned, we have start dates every 6 weeks. So here are the remaining start terms for the rest of 2022. We've got August 22nd, September 12th, October 3rd, and November 14th. We recommend that you get all your documents in before the Friday before the deadline. But, you know, the sooner you get them in, the sooner you can start celebrating that you've been accepted at ACE and get yourself ready to go to the orientation. It's a huge benefit of being enrolled early, so you can kind of get yourself set up and learn what being an online student means at ACE. So as you navigate the decision-making process, you can request information by visiting ace.edu/iteach, or you can also call an enrollment counselor at 800-280-0307, option number 2. One of the things that I'm not sure that we mentioned, but we are recording this, and so we are already going to have an enrollment counselor reach out to you either sometime this weekend or first of next week, just to touch base, make sure that all your questions were answered. And when they do that, feel free to ask them about test driving a course at ACE. You can sign up for a free test drive course just so you can kind of see our platform, which is Canvas, and again, what it means to be an ACE student. We know teaching is your calling, and it's our calling too. So I hope that we've given you some information that you need to make an informed decision. Now let's move on to some Q&A.
All right, Tammy, thank you for all that information. That's super helpful. Even I continue to learn things as I sit through these presentations. So thank you for that. And thank you, Rebecca and Christopher. I got your emails, so I appreciate that. We'll get those out to you. We're going to do some question and answers here that have trickled through. We have several here, Tammy. So we're going to do some pop quiz here. And then once we wrap up, we have one more gift card to go. We have well over 100 people listening here. So please, if you have questions or as these questions get answered, if you have more, just drop them in. We'll go through as many as we can. We got a pool here, Tammy. So let's just hop in and see where these questions go. First one is, are the iteach credits graduate level?
Yes, they are. They're applied at the graduate level. So the principal's certificate is applied to the EDD level, but the iteach, the EPP program, that certificate, alternative certificate, is graduate level credit. You're going to bring that in to specific programs. And like I mentioned, if you elect to do curriculum and instruction, you can apply 12 transfer credits to that 34 credit program almost cutting your time in half to complete the program.
Yeah, that's great, Tammy. And just to connect the dots there for some people that might be thinking this, I need to draw it out. If you complete the teacher certification program with iteach, you can then transfer those credits over to ACE and earn your master's degree in ed leadership. Then you can come back to iteach and get your principal certification through us for an ed leadership, and then those courses could then transfer back to ACE for a doctorate. And so you can start seeing how this partnership can really benefit you if you're looking to move up in the school or looking to advance your degrees within education. So it's a great kind of back and forth way to leverage all the credits that iteach gets you into ACE.
Yep,
Tammy,
absolutely.
who's the accrediting body for ACE?
Higher Learning Commission, and we're also CAPE accredited. So just like iteach, right? Isn't iteach? So
we're CAPE accredited, but not HLC accredited.
But
Yep.
CAPE, so we're both CAPE, and so there's an alignment there too. So that's exciting to kind of recognize that as well.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned on the payment plan some of the different ways. Can you talk, is there a payment plan, or is the payment plan just by course, or is it a monthly fee? Can you talk about the payment plan to pay for the tuition?
There's lots of different ones, so I don't want to get too far in the weeds, because when we start talking about finances, that could raise a lot of questions. And not that I don't want to be specific about anything, but once again, our enrollment counselor is going to reach out to everyone that's on the call here tonight, and so they can really talk you through specifics of what that might need, because everybody's needs are a little bit different. I will speak to my experience where I did course by course. So I was paying my course, it's about $825 because I didn't have any of those grants that I talked about. And as a course came in, I paid for it up front. I took that 5-week course, it's a week off, and then I was ready to start the next course and paid for that course. So it was worth it to me. One, it was something that I could budget into our finances, and two, I knew what the outcome was going to be of a pay increase when I got done. And I finished my master's in 11 months and with no credits coming in. So again, those iteach credits are going to make that even more affordable and less time to completion.
Yeah, I think that's helpful. And just to reiterate, there's a lot of ways that we can connect individuals interested in working through the financial picture with individuals at ACE to make sure that that is a crystal clear understanding. One of the questions I'm going to answer myself, because I think it has to do with me, is can you start before you complete iteach? The answer is you need to be an iteach completer to transfer over the certificate, the credits. So you would need to wrap up the time with iteach, and then you'd be able to move over to the ACE platform. Tammy, how many classes can you take at once at ACE?
So you can take up to 2 classes at once. We really recommend that you take one at a time, just because we understand the kind of rigor of what it is to be in an educational setting. I personally did take 2 at one time, and that's why I got done when I got done. So it is doable, but it's really something that you need to look into, because based on the class that you take, it might not be the right fit. Because if you're familiar with classroom management, which is one of our classes, that might be a really familiar content to you. But if you go down and take law and policy, that may not be. So there might need to be a little more studying done in one course over another. So again, we have enrollment counselors that will talk you through that. And then more importantly, once you become a student, we have student success coaches that would be willing to walk through what that looked like for you and maybe help you decide when it would be best to double up if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm going to combine Sydney and Megan's question here, but they collectively ask, one, how will they know how many credits can be applied? And is it 12 credits to any of the master's degree in education?
So it's up to 12 credits, and it is a handful of master's degrees. And the reason for that is because we are actually taking the iteach content and replacing content in our programs. So it's a one-for-one kind of course swap out. So it's not going to apply to every single program that we offer, but there is a good mix of things to choose from. And then based on what your interest is how many credits will transfer in. So again, like the curriculum instruction is up to 12 credits that you'll receive for your iteach. There are different numbers of credits based on the program that someone would select. And I mentioned the website. We're going to bring that back up in just a minute. It is on there as well as the iteach site for the ACE page. So it's on both websites, and it really gives you a breakdown of what credits are, how much it's going to cost you, and how much time to completion it should take you.
Yeah, thanks, Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
This individual asked, is ACE just for certified teachers? Is it limited to only certified teachers that can join ACE?
No, not at all. Not at all. So we have education programs that does not require you to be a certified teacher. For instance, our educational technology does not require a teaching certificate to enroll in that program, because that's really designed to assist students that are media specialists and individuals like that. And then I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we are branching out where we've now got business degrees, nursing degrees, healthcare degrees. So there's something for everybody, whether it's a bachelor's completion program, a micro cert for professional studies, teamwork, all the way up to an EDD.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And for sure, whoever asked that question, you might be a certified teacher, but you might know other people that work in the school or around school or not in education at all. And ACE still provides really affordable and accessible degree options for anyone. Next question I have is from Dana, and she, one, is thankful that we're offering this program. You're welcome, Dana. We're excited about it. But her question is, can she register now but begin the program like in the spring, or should she wait to enroll at the time of that course opening?
I think that's a personal decision, really. I mean, there are some things with finance that might be more might meet your budget if you wanted to enroll now and kind of start paying towards your program. That is an option. But knowing that you're coming in and kind of waiting to finish your iteach, maybe we look at you enrolling when it's closer to completion of iteach. So I think, but that's a personal thing. You could do it, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. This question is asking if there's a list of programs that the iteach credits apply to, maybe like a mapping. And I would just say, if you go to ace.edu/iteach, there's a matrix there. And I think that's exactly what you're looking for, Jessica. And it outlines kind of the crosswalk of the hours and the programs in which we've done the crosswalk between the two programs, so that you will know where your credits apply to. So ace.edu/iteach. There's the graph right there, but it is available publicly on the website too, so you can kind of see the different options you might have and the time frame. A couple of individuals are asking about how long it would take, and so that gives you a time frame there as well.
Yep, it breaks down what the total credits are, how many you're going to be awarded for an iteach completer, what that would be remaining, the cost, and an estimated time to completion.
Yeah,
I can leave that there, and then we can get back to the Q&A here in a little bit. Go ahead, that slide. Go, Andrew.
Yeah, I think it's great. One individual is asking if they were to fully commit to ACE and start the process, is there ways to take off a course or take a leave of absence from the program, or how does that work if they needed to take a time off?
There is, and you can take time off. We understand again that educators, sometimes your schedule is not that predictable, and sometimes you're also volunteering in the school through sports or drama or some other extracurricular activity, and you have a heavy schedule in a particular season. So you can take up to 3 absences. You have to come back into school before a calendar year. Otherwise, we'll need you to reapply. So, but there is an opportunity to take a leave of absence. As long as we know that you're going to do that prior to the start of the next term and you're planning it out, we'll just sit right there and hold it for you and have your student success coach get in touch with you and make sure that you're back on track when you're ready to enroll again.
Yeah, that's great, Tammy. I love the flexibility. This is not necessarily a question, Tammy, but I'm sure you're interested to hear that Mario is very thankful. Seems like a great program, he says. Thank you for iteach. He's a thriving teacher now due to iteach, so that's awesome. And he said he's very interested to pursue an EDD with ACE. So Mario, best of luck to you. Tammy mentioned she's in a doctoral program. I too am in a doctoral program, so come on, join the party. We'd love to have you, and join us in the trenches as we try to earn doctorates. Another
Absolutely,
person.
it's a great experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. It teaches you a lot, for sure. There's a couple questions here, Tammy, and I don't know the answer to it. But we have 3 individuals asking about the time frame from when they completed iteach to when those transfers credits would be applicable. Is there any expiration? I don't know if there is on the credits from iteach over to ACE.
It is 10 years from the time that you completed it.
Great.
So those are great questions. So, you have 10 years to utilize and that's even credits with us. So let's say you came and you took a class and then you took that leave of absence and you never came back. After 10 years, those credits, whatever you took would no longer be valid towards a program. That's an HLC requirement. So, and that is just to ensure that educators are getting the most current content and applying that back into the educational setting.
Yeah. So having this crosswalk up here is helpful, Tammy. Individual here, Sierra, just asked if ACE offers a master's in counseling. The iteach coursework certainly doesn't track into a master's in counseling. Was that a degree pathway that ACE does have separately?
It is not. And one of the reasons is because a lot of the degrees in counseling do require some sort of face-to-face delivery because of just of the content itself. And so again, when we're 100% online, one of those things that we don't do is offer that connection. So even with our student teaching program, which we do have at the master's level, we're working with direct districts to kind of marry people up and match them up to a setting. But counseling takes a little more time, so that is not something that we've offered to date. It's something that we've looked at, and it's just not been something we've been able to do.
Yeah, we came across the same thing at iteach. We have teacher certification and principal certification. We often get asked about counseling, and just the nature of counseling. There's face-to-face practicums that should be required and are required, but it makes it challenging for some of the coursework delivery that you and I work within. So that makes a lot of sense. This individual asked if there's anyone that could help her understand what the different masters are even about. Like, what's the difference between a teacher leadership versus an administrative masters, and maybe that's where an enrollment counselor could reach out. But is that the best way of understanding what different masters of educations look like and imply?
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody wanted to get started, they could go on just ace.edu, and there's a little description of each program that we offer. And you can click on that, and it'll give you a sampling of the types of courses that you would take in that program. So for instance, teacher leadership might be geared towards someone who's a team leader, where the leadership, the MED in leadership, is really geared towards that building administrator, where you're going to take that state test to be certified as a leader. And that comes with an internship and all of those components. So there's the difference between those two, but there are little snapshots of every single program that we offer on the website. And obviously an enrollment counselor can answer those questions as well.
Yeah, that's great. Tammy, just because we did have a little bit of breakup, someone is asking about the grant information. Can you just pull that slide back up and talk about some of the partnerships? And if is there a list of the districts that participate in the grant? Can you just go over maybe at a high level this slide one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, when I was breaking up, and again, my apologies, we partner with almost 3,000 school districts across the United States, and charter schools, all kinds of consortiums, education centers. So when you go to apply, there's a drop-down list, and it'll ask you who your employer is. And if your employer's there, you have the ability, it'll just be part of your application to get that $500 grant that is for the entire program, but it is on top of those credits that you are able to transfer into a program. And if your district is not there, then you can ask your enrollment counselor to reach out to one of our field reps, and they are all over the United States and will reach out to that district and try to secure that grant for you by partnering with them. And then a military support grant is for any active duty or veteran and their spouses.
Thank you, Tammy. As I look at the clock and see everyone waiting around, I want to be mindful and maybe provide some time back to individuals tonight. So, Tammy, can you do me a favor and just go to that last slide of the information where they could call or the website to go to? I think if anyone wanted to jot this down or take a screenshot, again, we're going to send you out this recording, but these are the best ways to learn more about the program. Is that ace.edu/iteach website is very informative. But also it's very easy to get in touch with an ACE enrollment counselor. They'll proactively reach out to you, not hound you, but certainly want to make sure your questions are answered. And if you ever just wanted to, some of these questions that are coming in, I know I've skipped some, but they're very specific, and I think those are great. But I want to make sure we're able to answer your question. I think the specificity of some of these questions, Tammy and I might be limited without actually engaging in a conversation with you. So if you're one of those individuals that had a specific question, please give an enrollment counselor a call to get all those questions answered of you. And before we give away the winner, Tammy, I just want to say another great webinar. Again, we've had well over 100 in attendance, which is just fantastic. And I appreciate you hosting this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew. And I will say again, we have enrollment counselors that will start calling people that have attended. I think they'll probably get a call tomorrow. So if you get a call from Indianapolis, which is where our home office is, that will be someone from ACE trying to get a hold of you just to make sure that you don't have any additional questions after tonight.
Well, Tammy, let's not keep everyone waiting. Let's go ahead and announce the last winner, $250 to Amazon. That is a fantastic prize. Kind of jealous about it, actually. But randomly looking at this list, I found Shelby Richardson. Shelby Richardson, congratulations. If you could, before we close out this webinar, just jot your email into the question bank real fast. I'll make sure to copy it and jot it down to have our team disseminate out that gift card for you. But congratulations to Rebecca and Christopher and Shelby for being here and winning $250. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Congratulations. So again, Andrew, thank you for having us. Thank you to everybody for attending. I want to say again, it is amazing, our partnership with iteach. We are so happy to be partnering and be able to bring this opportunity to iteach completers. It really is a great way to provide an opportunity for educators to continue their education and achieve those personal and professional goals. So we've got that ace.edu/iteach would be the specific page for iteach, but again, an enrollment counselor is going to be reaching out to you probably starting tomorrow. So thank you again for your interest, and we're here to help you take your first step towards furthering your career by finding the program that's right for you. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks, everyone.